Live from Alico Arena in Fort Myers, Florida, it's the CBE Classic. And in tonight's final TV game, the Bradley Braves challenge the powerful Richmond Spiders. Hello again, everyone. I'm Frank Bissoni, along with Coach Dick Versace, and we welcome you to our broadcast. We also welcome the viewers in Richmond. First, Dick, tonight, the powerful Spiders are really something else so far in this tournament. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, you know, they shot 68% in their win over UMKC. That's awesome. I mean, that kind of a scoring ability with that kind of percentage is pretty scary. However, you know, their 3 wins came against Randolph-Macon, Gulf Coast, and UMKC, and then they lost to Syracuse by 6 or 7 at Syracuse. I saw that game. They played real well. There's 2 key guys on this team, Frank, that we got to watch.
Yes.
And that's David Gonzalez and Kevin Anderson. Kevin Anderson is their point guard. He's a Jet, and the matchups will be key.
They really will, Dick. And Bradley will have to try to do something to slow this team down. 68% from the field is scary and silly.
Well, the advantage Bradley has is they have better team speed, especially when you put Will Egoff in the lineup. Then they're much more athletic, and they can run the court. They still got to – Richmond's not a strong rebounding team, surprisingly, even though they have size. So I look for good defense by Bradley and good foot speed in the full court.
It all starts with defense, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and then the play-by-play for tonight's game. Richmond and Bradley is next.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman, and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit mymethodist.finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
Get the best price and the right advice on quality appliances at Sherman's.
Whose
Those are the Bradley Braves who will be wearing their white uniforms tonight. The Richmond Spiders will be in a dark blue here at Alico Arena. Game 3 in 3 days for Bradley, who opened with a loss to UMKC, then came back last night to win over the home team, Florida Gulf Coast, with contributions, Coach, really across the board. Bradley.
I think what's going to be really interesting tonight is our matchups against them. This is a good basketball team, irrespective of who they've played or who they've lost to. I've seen them 3 times now. I'm very impressed with this team.
For Bradley, Dodie Dunson will get the call against David Gonzalez, most likely. Maniscalco against the point guard. Chris Roberts, Wilson, and Egolf rounding out for Bradley. Gonzalez and Anderson, the key players, as Dick said. Jaron Giddings is 6'9", 225. Harper on the bottom is 6'10", and that's Kevin Smith, a 6'5" sophomore. And this is a team that really shoots the basketball, and Bradley will really have to play some defense tonight to handle these matchups. That is not impossible.
Well, Frank, their heavy minute players produce about 57 points. That would be Gonzalez, Anderson, Kevin, Justin Harper, and Jaron Giddings. They're going to put 57 points up on the board no matter what. And they're going to do it at a high percentage. And that group also, 4 of those 5 starters shoot close to 80% from the free throw line. So we've got a daunting task here. All that being said, Bradley's starting to make progress. I can, just not just because they won, but the way they won and the lineup changes that they made. And putting Will Egolf into the starting lineup, giving them a more athletic look. I think that's going to be something that all Bradley fans are going to have a chance to watch. Boy, it got quiet in here.
It really did.
I thought maybe I missed the anthem or something.
No,
Whoa.
It's very quiet, but there are some Bradley folks here in force, some 300 plus of
there
Bradley
we go,
fans.
a buzzer. Sounds like an arena now.
Now it does. The officials, T.J. Shea, Bart Lennox, and Matt Potter. And I'd like to mention, before we get started, a very happy 20th birthday to Sam Maniscalco, and a special call out to Amber Less, Coach Less's daughter and Jody's daughter. Amber is 14 today. I wish she was here. She's always been our good luck charm on the road, but happy birthday to both.
And I give a shout out to Amber and Sam as well because I was asked to. So happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Giddings is in the middle against Will Egolf, and we're underway, and Will got the tip, and it went out of bounds to Richmond. The Spiders are 3-1, Bradley 2-2. We'll call out some names and numbers for you early, and then you'll have them. Anderson is 14 there. He's the point guard, guarded by Maniscalco. Bradley starts man. High post Giddings, long lefty. There he is inside, and already a whistle, and already a foul.
Wow. I mean, if that's a portent of things to come, that's an awful touchy call.
Foul was on Egolf, and it almost was no contact between them.
And, Will has a tendency to pick up early fouls, as he did yesterday and as he did in games he entered last year for Bradley.
Bradley centers do that collectively. They usually get early fouls. Here's Kevin Smith on the baseline. Kick out, way outside shot, not good by Giddings. Might have been out of his range or stretching it. Bradley recovers and comes down the court. Chris Roberts between the rings, and that's Dodie Dunson, too. He says he took the number 2 because he loved Norm Van Leer. Didn't know he was old enough to know who he was.
Interesting. Well, Dodie plays a little bit like
he does.
Norm Van Leer.
He'll have the first shot for Bradley. Dodie for 3. Well, if you can start any way you want, a 3's not bad.
Well, Dodie Dunson brings a lot to the table. He's athletic. He defends. He takes a tough defensive assignment. He's an interesting player. I think he's going to be wonderful to watch for the next couple of years.
The coaches say he begs to guard the best player on the other team, and he's got that tonight. That's Gonzalez, and he's big time. He shoots the lights out 45, 47% from 3 just like that, and he shoots an unbelievable 62% from the field. 3-2 Bradley just started.
Well, I saw Gonzalez against Syracuse, and I looked at him for, the entire game, and I walked away saying, oh, my gosh, this guy's an NBA player.
He's got the body, I'll say that.
Well, at 6'5", with that kind of range and elevation, he can get a clean look just about any time he wants.
Theron Wilson got to the glass, and Harper fouled him. Wilson is 5 inches shorter than Justin Harper, who's 6'10", 215, but if he gets him away from the basket, he's quicker.
No, that would be an advantage to Bradley because of Theron Wilson's ability to slash to the basket.
Theron will have a chance to add to Bradley's three-pointer by Dunson, and he does. Bradley will have to shoot a high percentage, play good defense, and match up here with the Atlantic 10 Richmond Spiders. This is a very good league they play in. Of course, Xavier won it last year with Temple second. There's a ball down and in. Richmond was picked way down in the league last year to start, and they had a really fine year. Chris Mooney does a good job, and these are two of the bright young coaches in basketball, Jim Less and Chris Mooney. Harper's way outside. Steal by Bradley. Dunson. Sam Maniscalco. Rhythm jumper. Rolling off, and Richmond gets the rebound. Smith cuts inside, and another whistle on Bradley. I think that was Chris Roberts, and he put his hands out like, what did I do?
I'm a little stunned here. Here's a look at it. I mean, he just put his hands up in the air, and the guy jumped up, and there was a little chest-to-chest contact, and I guess the official felt compelled to call something. I don't think he had a clean look and said, I zeroed in on this. This guy fouled.
Wow. Smith, 6'5", a sophomore from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Missed him. And Bradley keeps a 5-2 advantage. If you ever see the scoreboard on our camera, it says Eagles 5, Guests 2, and that's because this is Florida Gulf Coast, Jim, but Bradley is the Eagles tonight as the white.
We're the Braves, but we're Brave Eagles.
That's right. Chris Roberts. Bradley's moving the ball crisply right now. Once again, Theron Wilson beat Harper to the baseline, as we mentioned earlier.
And I'm sorry, there was as much contact on that drive between the defender, who was it? Jerron?
It was Harper, I think.
Oh, Justin Harper,
yeah.
right.
Here's Giddings. Giddings for 6'9", 10. He plays way out on the court and then slashes all over the place. Comes Smith. Smith is 12. On the hunt, layup up, off, and no good by Kevin Anderson. Got it back. Kevin Anderson's their point guard. This is Gonzalez. Gonzalez is their star. He has the range of a guided missile. He can shoot him way out there.
High pick and roll, and then there was a switch. No.
Anderson again, rolling home.
Interesting, Frank. Richmond has come out in man-to-man. This is the first team that has come out and said, okay, we'll play Bradley man-to-man, other than Florida for about 8 minutes. Everybody else has played zone or mixed their defenses against the Bradley Braves.
And the reason for that, folks, of course, is Bradley has shredded some man-to-man work and had a lot of problems hitting the outside shot against the zones. Theron Wilson goes inside to Egolf. Turn, fake. He fades and hits. Bottom of the net, all nylon. Athletic kid.
Well, I think, we talked yesterday, Frank, about epiphany, the birth, the beginning, the discovery of Will Egolf, his athleticism, his length.
Will, of course, played the 5, the center spot in high school, and had a tryout at 4 last year. Back at 5, looks a lot more comfortable. Giddings, inside pass, nicely done, blocked by Bradley. Some Brave got their hand on that and out of bounds, and there's timeout on the court. 15:39 to play, and Bradley's got a 3-point lead, and we'll be right back.
Your family, your most valuable treasure. Since 1921, Pekin Insurance has been there to protect all you've worked hard for and those you care about most. Call your independent Pekin Insurance agent about a customized plan to protect your family. Depend on your hometown professionals.
Call Mid-Illinois Insurance and talk to Ron Murphy, Larry Hardesty, or Mark Alwyn for all your insurance needs.
Pekin Insurance.
Therapy with a personalized approach. That's what you'll find at Professional Therapy Services. Therapy for all ages. Therapy for multiple conditions. Professional Therapy Services has clinics conveniently located in Peoria, Morton, Pekin, Chillicothe, and Washington. For those who expect more, see Professional Therapy Services. We are the therapy people.
Whether you've got the next Bradley basketball star in training or you're just having fun with the kids, count on the durability of a Goal Setter basketball system exclusively at Rainbow Play Systems. Goal Setter basketball systems have the proven performance and engineering to provide years of fun. The Goal Setter's patented compression jack system and offset pole design make this unit superior to other basketball goals. Visit Rainbow Play Systems today to try the Goal Setter basketball system for yourself and get a free pole pad with your purchase. Goal Setter basketball systems, the best in basketball.
It's Bradley and Richmond if you're just joining us. Richmond in the blue. They were picked 12th last year in the league preseason, finished 4th, and got 80% of their scoring last year from freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, they're really an interesting team. Bradley's in a zone, and they have 2 substitutions that they've made coming out of this timeout. Darian Norris is in the game, as is Sam Singh.
Here's a clock violation against the Spiders, and the Braves get a turnover and a 3-point lead.
There's nothing that makes a coach matter, especially in the NBA when we had the short clock, the 24-second clock. Someone's supposed to know. Someone should be assigned to say, okay, the shot clock is at this. And you have some sort of signal that you have, like, go get it or something like that. 911.
Here's a Bradley shot out of the corner, and it's Doty Dunson from the other side. He's tried both corners, and he booked them both. 2 threes by Doty. Bradley by 6. Anderson runs the show in the point. Gonzalez is on the right wing. In it goes to Harper. Big body traveled. Fell down as he tried to move around Singh. And Theron Wilson in the low block.
Yeah, that was Sam Singh's best Rick Mahorn imitation there. When the offensive player leans on you, back away, and sometimes you can get lucky, he falls down.
Bradley's tried 2 threes, made 2 threes, both by that man, Doty Dunson. Norris had 3 threes last night in a very fine game for the freshman from Las Vegas, and will be going to his hometown next year to play a tournament. Sam Singh got inside, whips the ball to Norris. Here's his first try. No. Rebound, Justin Harper at 6'10".
Well, it didn't take long for Richmond, down 10-4, to go ahead and switch the zone like everyone else has. That time they were playing a 2-3 zone, forcing Bradley to shoot the ball from the perimeter.
Sam Maniscalco sits down, and Edrin McCain, a freshman out of Laplace, Louisiana, comes in, 5'11", number 1. He'll play the point, and Bradley has Dunson in one corner and Wilson in the other. Sam Singh at the high post. They look in there. If it sounds quiet in here, folks, at the moment, it is.
But we have 2 really well-coached basketball teams playing, and it may be quiet, but it's certainly interesting.
Well, you know a lot about Jim Les. Mooney was hired as a Division I coach at age 31 by Air Force. Here's another Bradley 3 try, tipped by Sam Singh on the floor, and it's a jump ball. Who's the possession to? It goes to Richmond. But Mooney, his years, he was 31 years old when he got the job at Air Force, and his team was second in Division I in the fewest turnovers while he was there, 9 average per game for a season.
Yeah, we just saw Theron Wilson go down on the floor to create the, I guess it was Bradley's possession on the jump ball. And
okay. Yeah, they had the possession arrow pointing the other way. 10-4 Bradley. 13:33 to play in the first half from Fort Myers, Florida, the CBE Classic. Richmond trying to go undefeated in these 3 games. Traveling call on the Spiders. Bradley's doing a good job on defense, frustrating Richmond right now. They've been a high-scoring team, and with 13:27, they've only got 4, but they're most capable.
Well, if you took the combined first halves of all of the opponents for Richmond and Bradley, Richmond would be plus 41 and Bradley would be minus 37. So is it important for Bradley to get out in this first half? It certainly is, and they certainly are.
McCain. Cutting into the goal is Norris, and he got an offensive foul.
How can you call an offensive foul when the man is underneath the net?
Unbelievable.
Let's take a look. Maybe we can see. I don't know. That's one of my pet peeves. Don't get me started.
I've said offensive foul way more times than I want to for both sides. Into the lane goes Anderson. He's very quick, got free and knocked it down. Kevin Anderson, he's the catalyst of this team. He was the A-10 Rookie of the Year a year ago.
You know, whether it's Edrin McCain or whether it's Sam Maniscalco or Darian Norris, whoever is guarding him, great move inside, but he couldn't finish.
Wilson made a pretty move, couldn't finish.
Whoever's guarding Anderson has really got to take the challenge.
Gonzalez fires one up, falling away. I'll let him shoot that one all night.
I was going to say, Frank, that's very odd for him. He doesn't take those kinds of shots.
Dunson off the window. He's got 8. Out of Bradley's 12. Doty's got 2 threes and a deuce. Sam Maniscalco and Chris Roberts get off the Bradley bench. Richmond working with Anderson. He slides in the lane, missed the shot. Wilson cleans it up, and here come the Braves. Bradley playing with a little confidence right now. Dunson got fouled by Giddings as he went by. He blocked him out of bounds. Jerron Giddings is 6'9", their only Letterman senior.
Well, what do you think? Was that a charge or was it a block? That was clearly a block, and I thought the others were blocks as well, but who knows?
We'll be back with Bradley doing well. Stay with us.
Products don't know how to find customers, but Comcast Spotlight does. With a mix of on-air, online, and on-demand advertising, you can reach your customers wherever they are.
A healthy lifestyle. Living life to the fullest. Having the energy to tackle everything the day throws your way. Feeling good about yourself. At Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture, we are a life enhancement center, and we're committed to evaluating your overall wellness as well as designing an alternative health program that will change your life, literally. What you choose today determines your tomorrows. Choose well.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
Sports, it's all about teamwork. And as part of a team, we feel it necessary to recognize business teammates who have made our achievements possible. To our loyal customers at Teamworks, we thank you for your continued support and welcome you again soon. We're gearing up for back to school with an expanded showroom, great new spirit wear to support your team, and as your authorized Mizuno team dealer, we have the latest equipment to give your team that competitive edge. Teamworks, we're as passionate and proud of our team as you are of yours.
The Bradley Braves and the Richmond Spiders all set to go. Bradley has the ball out of bounds under their own goal. And once again, it got very quiet as the officials look around as something. Oh, they had to clean up the floor on the far end. All right.
I don't understand why the benches are so quiet for both teams.
This
Shouldn't
is
be this quiet ever.
Maniscalco between the rings. And down goes a Richmond player. Can't quite see his number. It looks like Kevin Smith.
I think it is Kevin Smith. Let's see what happened.
Here he is.
Coming across. Oh, my gosh. He hit a wet spot and stretched his groin muscle.
Kevin Smith, a sophomore from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Now he's up and walking under his own power back to the bench, and that's a good sign.
Well, groin pulls are very painful, if
bet.
you indeed pulled it bad enough, and if it's bad, you can't lift your leg. I mean, I've had a couple of them. I'm sure you have too.
You bet.
So,
Dick, they just brought in Josh Dunker, 6'11", 220 from Sydney, Australia, and they said he is the most exciting Aussie import since Foster's Lager. He's a big kid, and he's a redshirt freshman, and a lot of size out there, so we'll see how he does against Egolf and Singh and Collins and company.
Richmond is back in man-to-man.
Bradley has 17 to shoot, plenty of time. Man-to-man is absolutely what it is. Gonzalez against Sam Maniscalco. Anderson is guarding Dunson. Trying to slow Doty down a little bit. Off to a great start. Sam Maniscalco free, shooting over a big man, Dunker, and it came up short. Braves by 6. Egolf back in the game for the Braves. Dunker comes out, brings Egolf with him. Connor Smith is 31. Right there, Connor likes that shot. Nice rebound by the Braves. Taylor Brown out of Dunwoody, Georgia, another freshman.
Yeah, Connor Smith is dangerous. He's shooting 46% from the three-point line this season. And he does that coming off the bench.
They drill him. Sam Maniscalco takes baseline, and his pass hit the window. Intended for Dunson across the way, and it's a turnover against Bradley. And Justin Harper, look at the size of him, 6'10", playing 30 feet from the basket. Be fine with me if he stayed there.
And we have a freshman, Taylor Brown, trying to guard him.
That's a chore. Here's Anderson, nice pass to Dunker, but he dropped it out of bounds. And they give it back. It must have hit a Bradley player in front over there by Jim Less.
You know, next time down when Bradley comes back on offense, let's look to see how many screens they're actually setting. So when you saw those tight fouls early in the game, it makes your players back off a little bit on the screening, because they know setting screens is an area of emphasis for officials.
Look at Connor Smith. My goodness. Connor Smith, rainbow, all feathers. 12-9. Boy, is he a substitution. They were having trouble scoring for a hot minute, and Connor Smith did something about that. Sam Singh posts inside, now comes away. Maniscalco against Kevin Anderson. Chris Roberts. Doty got in, made another shot.
Doty Dunson's having a whale of a game.
He's got 10.
Bradley's struggling to get good looks. What's happening is Richmond is playing a little bit of a matchup zone. So they're doing some switching on the man-to-man. And so the available shots that the Braves usually get out of their motion, haven't been there.
Good point. By the way, Connor Smith, we should have remind you, we mentioned, is 6'9", 210, that three-point shooter. He's a redshirt freshman from Brookfield, Wisconsin. He'll play a lot of minutes the way he's hot tonight.
Well, when you have that size and that range, it's a big problem.
Here's Dunker way inside. He looked like he double dribbled the ball or traveled, and he did. Bradley gets a turnover, and the Braves are doing a good job on the D. Right now, the Braves do not have Theron Wilson in, do not have Will Egolf in. Doty Dunson, that's Chris Roberts. Sam for three. Bang! Happy birthday.
Richmond definitely was in his zone that time. Bradley moved the ball, found Sam Maniscalco in the corner, and he knocked it down.
Amen. Hats and horns. Kevin Anderson misses. Richmond keeps the rebound. And Connor Smith just hit his third in a row from downtown. He's on fire.
And he's shooting deep. It's hard to guard someone that deep.
I think the reason Theron's coming right back in is to try to guard him. Bradley by 5. Doty Dunson and Connor Smith have put on shooting exhibitions in the early part of the game. Maniscalco looks in, slices all the way, finger roll. Sam Maniscalco, 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, the pass to Sam was way away from him. If he could have caught it, he could have shot it, but he made a nice recovery with a little show-and-go penetration.
Anderson beat his man to the baseline, Sam, and scored, and it's 19-14. And now we've got a timeout on the court, and we'll have some new reserves coming in when we come back. Bradley leading by 5.
At Russell Cycling and Fitness in Washington, we make it easy to get started on an exercise program. First, we help match you with the right fitness equipment. And we back each purchase with Russell's exclusive 30-day guaranteed buyback policy. Russell stays with you every step of the way, sales, service, delivery, and in-home maintenance. No third parties, only Russell's crew of fitness professionals. So visit our showroom at Russell Cycling and Fitness in Washington. We're not only the best place to buy your bicycle, we're the best place to buy your fitness equipment too.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo. World-class value, world-class service.
Employee pricing plus on all 08 and 09 Lincoln Mercury during our year-end event, like this 09 Lincoln MKS at $37,751, this 09 Lincoln MKZ at $29,556, and this 09 Mercury Milan at $16,732.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo, Pioneer Parkway, Peoria. We deliver world-class value, world-class service.
Back. And Bradley with the basketballs, 19-14 Braves. Hovde and Martell in for Richmond. Edwin McCain sliced down the lane, threw up a prayer. It was answered.
Well, I think he needs to do that more. In other words, when he goes to the basket, go in there to score. Don't go in there to pass the ball, especially don't jump up in the air to pass the ball.
Here comes Connor Smith. He missed the works. Well, he is human.
Well, you know, he only took 11 threes coming in 4 games, and he came in off the bench and knocked down 2 from very deep range.
And now there's another timeout, looks like to me. Or again, no, it's not that. It's there's wet spots on the floor again. And, all right, we'll come right back with the rest of the first half.
Central Illinois farmers have taught us that hard work, dedication, and respect of others make up the farm way. Your friends at Leeway Ceramic Tile have built a company based on these same principles. Next time you're shopping for ceramic tile, visit the hardworking people who always treat their customers with respect. For quality products at a fair price, remember there's the farm way and there's Leeway. Leeway Ceramic Tile.
So if you want the best in ceramic tile, the only way is Leeway.
Well, here we are in the first half. The Richmond Spiders, who have come in the early part of this tournament like they owned the building or their name was on it and shot the lights out. Bradley's got a 7-point lead against them with 7:18 to go, and the Braves are playing well, Dick.
2 things I see. One, Bradley is able to use their foot speed defensively. And I think it's a little bit of a problem for Richmond. They're not getting the looks as easily as they did early. The other factor that I think is going on here is if you were Richmond and you saw Bradley in the first game against UMKC, you wouldn't be that worried about them. And they barely beat Gulf Coast. But we know that this Bradley team is a team that's growing, it's maturing, it's accepting the coaching that they're being given, and they're getting better as we watch them. In these 3 days, they've gotten better.
That's really a good point. And right before our eyes, you can see this Bradley team growing. And remember, Bradley's without its best perimeter shooter, best scorer, Andrew Warren, and Richmond doesn't have Dan Garreau, who blew his knee out and won't play this year. But these teams have played very well in the early going here, and Bradley is moving the ball well, and Theron Wilson tries one outside, but he got fouled by Harper. I think Wilson is a step too quick for Harper, and Harper fouled him, and it might be a 3. It is a 3 free throws coming up for Theron Wilson, and Bradley needs to take advantage of the.
Here it is. See what has been going on is Harper is getting over on the help side, and the skip pass was made to Theron Wilson, and now Harper recovers, and he's worried about the drive from Theron Wilson. So then he closes out when he sees it in the air, and he couldn't control himself, and he fouled him and put him on the line for 3.
That's exactly what happened, and Theron Wilson now tries to he does get the second one down. Jim Less hoping for one more free throw, and a 22-14 Bradley lead with 6:51 to go here in the first half. Egolf and Singh have played the center spot. Here is a swish by Theron Wilson. Theron shooting free throws at 63 coming in. He's a little better than that now with 3 for 4. Connor Smith outside along with Kevin Hovde. Richmond plays lots of people. They play Martell, 15. Gonzalez with the ball. Nice pass inside Hovde for an easy play. Good look by Gonzalez. Bradley by 7. Once again, the freshman guards in for the Braves. Wilson goes in, fouled again. This time Connor Smith tried to guard him. And Theron's a slasher, and he's got quickness, and he's got some strength.
Well, I think you're going to see that this is an edge that Bradley has, the slashing ability of Theron Wilson and Chris Roberts and Dodie Dunston can be a major factor as this game unfolds.
String music for Wilson for another free throw while we've got the second. We'd like to welcome the Richmond viewers and Spider fans tuned in on Richmond Comcast 19, Channel 19. Spider football team is in the playoffs hosting Eastern Kentucky Saturday at 1. Robbins' ticket office will be closed but open Friday 10 to 2. Get your tickets for that football game. The Bradley Braves trying to make it 2-1 here and 3-2 overall. Have 3 players coming in: Maniscalco, Egolf, and Chris Roberts.
Well, I think Jim is substituting. Coach Jim Les is substituting liberally because this is the third game in 3 days, and I think as this chess match unfolds, it will be interesting to see how both coaches play their benches.
This is the best I've seen Richmond defended down here.
Well, Richmond gets only 19 points from their bench combined, so that's going to be a factor.
There's their man, David Gonzalez. He shoots with such confidence, squares up, and he knocked it down.
See, the key for David Gonzalez is that he's 6'5", and he has excellent leaping ability, and he has a gorgeous shooting touch. And he gets a clean look when he raises up, and he shoots jump shots.
Yeah, big-time jump shots is right. He is really a good player, and I'm sure he'll be looked at by the NBA. Will Egolf tries to beat his man one way, goes back the other way, and he got fouled. Will's being aggressive in the face of bigger people, and he took the ball to the rim once last night when he got blocked, but he was aggressive, and you like to see that.
Well, it's a whole nother dimension when you can go inside to somebody, and that person can produce a basket for you or get himself on the line. Now you've got an inside game.
The flip is home by Will Egolf. And I've thought about the word epiphany all day today.
You dreamt about it. Well, you know I am an ex-English teacher. I took great pride in my vocabulary, but I'll try to back off a little.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
No, I don't need to with you, my guy. All right.
27-19 Braves, 5:24. Richmond ball. Maniscalco goes against Kevin Anderson. Bradley man. Anderson's very quick. Blocked by Bradley. Maniscalco's got it. 3-on-3. Here comes Wilson. All the way. It goes and one.
That's where I felt we would have an edge in our foot speed if we could get on the boards and get the ball out, create some steals, just scrap and claw and get some movement going and try to score in transition. If we can do that, we have an edge there.
You said that before this game started, and that one was spot on. Theron Wilson is slashing to the basket. That was a good defensive play down on the other end by Sam Maniscalco, who so far is enjoying this birthday just fine.
Well, he's a tough kid.
Is he though?
Yeah, he's a tough Chicago kid. You know, great bloodlines, as you know.
Oh, Cisco played for Dick Versace in 79-80, his dad, Carl.
He also played for me in junior college.
Oh, I forgot. Jackson.
And I recruited him in high school. So we have a huge history, and it's just terrific to see his son be at Bradley and be a guy that followed in his father's footsteps to a school that he really cared about. Had a great experience at Bradley.
Sam had 13 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and 3 steals last night. So he's feeling better. Bradley's got a 30-19 lead. Watch Dunker go to the basket.
Oh.
And Will or Theron got a foul. They sandwiched him down low. It was on Wilson. That's Theron's first.
They're still taking the ball out of bounds. Neither team's on the bonus. Both teams have 6 fouls.
Kevin Anderson, very nice looking point guard. Bradley's looks zone. 2-3. Look at this, Martell. To Gonzalez. And here comes Bradley.
Here's the foot speed. Make a good choice.
Sam way out on 3. Off the board, and here comes Richmond. Stutter step. Anderson backs out, then goes whipping into Dunker. This is Connor Smith. Nice play. Oh, Egolf had his hand on the ball, got called for a foul, and Jim Les didn't like that, and he said something to the official like, what did he do? Will even went over and asked him. That's Egolf's second foul.
It looks like a really good defensive play. He stepped around like a defensive halfback, for the Chicago Bears or the Green Bay Packers, and unfortunately he did drag the hand a little bit on the jersey in the back. But heavens to Murgatroyd, I mean, that's not a foul.
I should say
not. Not in 8th grade is that a foul.
Oh, my goodness.
What did I say?
Dunker in and out. And Bradley holds a 30-19 lead with 4:20 to play, and Bradley will have to play the rest of the way without Will Egolf, who's playing well for the second night in a row. Maniscalco with the ball. 20 to shoot.
This is a matchup zone, or it is man-to-man with a lot of switching. It's really hard to tell.
It is. Looks like a matchup to me. Here's Singh. Oh, nice little touch in the lane, little jump shot, and Bradley's got its biggest lead at 32-19. Hobdy outside. Here's a whistle and a foul against Connor Smith as he hooked Chris Roberts. Second foul on Connor Smith, and then there's timeout now. Bradley's enjoying the game so far. Stay with us at 3:50 to go. We'll be right back.
Scissors for Hair, more than just a haircut. Family owned for over 20 years. We're open 7 days a week, appointments or walk-ins. We have the biggest selection of home hair care products. You're sure to find what you're looking for. Stop in or make an appointment for the whole family. Our experienced staff is ready to meet your needs. Scissors for Hair, centrally located in University Plaza in Peoria. 688-0600.
When is an heirloom more than an heirloom? When you bring it to Carlson's Custom Jewelry in Peoria Heights. Whether you're repairing a precious heirloom, creating your own, or reinventing the one you've got, Carlson's Jewelry is here with professional jewelers to give your piece that perfect personal touch. Everything is done in-house. Nothing leaves the shop. Carlson's, located at 4701 North Prospect Road in Peoria Heights, corner of Prospect and Duryea. Remember, custom jewelry doesn't cost more, it just means more.
Tired of going on the hour adventure to find just one item at the big do-it-yourself store? Well, there's a better way, and it starts with a visit to Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria. Builders Cash and Carry will quickly get you the right item you need the first time and get you right back to your project. Builders Cash and Carry is here to help the do-it-yourselfer as well as the contractor with quality building materials like lumber, deck building supplies, and hardware. Get your job done right with help from Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria, just next to the Cedar Street Bridge.
Frank Bissoni along with Dick Versace at Fort Myers, Florida at the Alico Arena. You know, when David Gonzalez was asked where's the toughest place you've ever played, and they got 25 against Memphis last year, he said, in my own head. And I wonder if Bradley just got a little bit into Richmond's head by coming out tonight and playing very well and very effectively, crisply.
Oh, that's an interesting observation on your part. Sam Singh opened underneath.
Wow. Bradley's offense is humming, and this is a rhythm, and the combinations are working, and Bradley's got a 34-19 lead against a very good team, folks.
Oh, I watched this team play Syracuse, and they easily could have won the game at Syracuse in the Carrier Dome in front of about 30,000.
And didn't Syracuse beat Kansas?
And Syracuse turned around and beat Kansas. Yes, they did.
Amen.
And Syracuse also beat Florida. So, can we play checkers like that? Or dominoes? No. But you were talking before about David Gonzalez, and even though he's this brilliant talent, he doesn't exert himself or he doesn't assert himself that much.
That's exactly right. High post Singh, feeling it. Inside Taylor Brown with a left hand bouncing no. Rebound Gonzalez.
Taylor Brown actually made a really nice move. He just didn't finish it.
He did. Cutting into the lane, Gonzalez did not get it, but got fouled. Let's see who the foul is on, and it's Dodie Dunson, his second foul, and he'll probably sit the last 2:47 too.
One of the things that I've seen David Gonzalez do is also post up. So if Dodie Dunson would have stayed in the game, I'm sure the next time Richmond had the ball, they would have taken him right to the block, taken what they call in the NBA the torture chamber.
That's for sure.
And it had some really cute expressions. One was if you have a mismatch, they always say, mouse in the house.
That is a good one. Nice shot by Gonzalez, makes it 34-21. Bradley's passing the ball crisply tonight. I remember, speaking of lines, George Raveling once said about his team, our fans never go to sleep at our games. They're afraid they'll get hit by a pass.
That wasn't when he was at Iowa. He had some pretty good teams.
Yeah,
there.
he did. Here's Darian Norris.
See, I thought he had an open jumper coming off of that screen.
Maybe didn't look to score. Bradley with 10 to shoot. Sam, the distance, didn't get it. Sam slipped on the wet place, and he's limping a little bit coming back down the court. 2 or 3 players have fallen under the other goal. Here's Gonzalez trying to take it to himself. Tough shot, didn't get it.
Now he's doing that assertiveness. There's the run out.
Nice left-handed move by Chris Roberts, but a wonderful pass on a fast break for Bradley, and Bradley's got 36 points with 1:59 to go. Bradley by 15.
Well, we talked about foot speed being an edge for Bradley. We talked about them being able to rebound with this Richmond team. We talked about them trying to be able to get some steals, poke a ball free here or there, and then get out in transition. And that's exactly what they've been able to do. I mean, I'm not saying that, I could have predicted it. I'm just saying that I thought that would be an edge that they could have if they put the pieces together, which they've done.
They have. It looks like Bradley is, there's a replay hoop there by the Braves, but it looks like Bradley is getting to their spots early, understanding their keys, and attacking. And that's what Jim Les wants, and that's good basketball. Boy, the difference between this game, first half, and the game 2 nights ago against KC. You talk about growth.
No, I think we're seeing it, and we're gonna see it continue. And I said I thought in the previous broadcast, we're going to be looking at 10 games for this team to find itself.
That's what you said. Harper's outside. Look at that shot. Justin Harper is 6'10", and when a 6'10" man can step out there and drain a 3, that's big. He had 13 in the second half against Syracuse, that young man.
Yeah, he's a redshirt freshman, isn't he?
He is that. He's a sophomore actually this year out of Richmond. Oh, nice move inside again. Sam Singh's getting a couple of baskets down there. And Bradley's got a 14-point lead and 1:15 to protect it here in the first half.
Yeah, give Jim Les a little credit after the timeout. He found something open in the matchup zone and the switching man-to-man that Richmond's been playing, and they were able to get a couple of inside baskets because of it.
It's amazing the effect that good coaching can have on a team. Here's Kevin Smith with the ball. Before he got to the basket, he was fouled by the Bradley Braves, and it's difficult to see the officials' calls from some of the angles we have up here.
Well, usually
foul was on McCain.
Yeah, but you can usually tell by a player's reaction. I mean, you don't want them overreacting, but you can read a player's reaction to a foul as to whether it really was a foul or not. And really, Edgerton McCain didn't complain about it, so he must have grabbed him on the wrist or something.
Kevin Anderson averages 14.5 points a game this year, and 84 from the free throw line makes them both. Bradley's lead is 12.
1-3-1 zone by Richmond.
Bradley's got McCain working the point. This is Chris Roberts. He's doubled, and they back off. Bradley's got plenty of time. Ball out of bounds, 17 to shoot for Bradley, 39 seconds on the game clock.
Well, you're going to have to penetrate this. They're extending this so much. It's almost like a trap. You see how far Gonzalez is out there? You're going to have to penetrate, get inside of it, and dish. 9 on the
nice
shot
fake
clock.
by McCain. Got free at the foul line. Rhythm jumper is down. Edrin McCain made a beauty of a fake and found himself alone for a foul shot riser.
Well, the freshman is clearly more comfortable. I mean, he's taking the ball to the basket, trying to finish. That time, the difficult pull-up jumper. He's growing.
10 seconds in the first half and a foul on Bradley, and Jim Les is really upset about this one.
He's going to get a technical.
He's really upset. He said the Richmond player hit through an elbow, and he really is upset. See, there's his gesture that he just made. Said, "This is as upset as he's been down here in 3 nights." We just had a second ago. We could see Jim saying the other guy threw an elbow, and free throw is down. That was the second foul on McCain, and Kevin Anderson made the free throw. So that gives a potential 2, and then Bradley still has to protect the ball and get the last shot. Anderson made them both.
Yeah, there's only 9 seconds left in the half, so they got to hurry up. They can't fool around too much here.
Everybody's got to know that. Chris Roberts from way outside, no good. Ball is rebounded at the buzzer, and Bradley completes a sparkling first half against the Richmond Spiders of the A-10 as the Bradley Braves go to the locker room leading 40-28. Dick Versace, a nice first half.
I would say that's an understatement, and you don't make too many of those. I think everyone watching has to be pleased with what's going on. I think the factors that we discussed earlier about the foot speed, the factors concerning the 3 games in 3 nights, and when you're looking at one team that's a little bigger than the other, and then the contributing factor of Richmond probably didn't respect Bradley as much as they should have. I mean, if you don't respect, Bradley's performance in a particular game, you really ought to respect their history. I mean, this is a school that has a rich history.
Tell me,
you got to respect what Jim Les has done with this team over the last 3 years. I mean, 2 years ago
it's remarkable
in the Sweet 16. And
I mean, think about Sweet 16 for a team that's not the one of the big boys in college basketball. There's Edrin McCain's rhythm jumper.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see it. One of the things that I've been observing, watching practice and watching the Bradley Braves in games and watching these freshmen evolve, is that McCain in particular was doing some things where he was going to have to be retrained for however he played in high school. I think he went to a high school in Louisiana, which was a low-level high school.
Yeah.
So with that leaping and athletic ability, he could probably get away with things that he can't get away with in Division I. And I knew that there was going to be some retraining, but I didn't think it would happen this quickly, because he did go to the basket and did try to finish, and he had one roll in for him. And he also did who's that? Oh, that's when they found the hole in the matchup zone. Samsung scored inside. But we're talking about McCain. He also made that little mid-range shot. And the other thing is that he was attacking the notch of the 1-3 zone, 1-3-1 zone, and not trying to throw those balloon passes across court. I know the Braves had a film session, but that's amazing that he could transform that much and accept the coaching that I'm sure he got in the film session.
He certainly did.
That quickly.
Absolutely. A very good first half for Bradley. It's 40-28 Braves, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Now is the time to join the Academy of Okinawa.
Welcome, and first of all, tell the viewing audience and us how we got into this particular tournament here in Fort Myers.
Well, essentially, we were supposed to be going to Alaska, and I don't think we'd be outside doing an interview right now. But we were supposed to go to Alaska. It was part of a tournament to get Will back home, and we were going to play Stanford and Central Florida and a few other teams, and it just didn't develop. So we were left scrambling in the middle of the summer and looked at a number of alternatives. And although we would prefer to play in tournaments where we get 2 home games and then play 2 on a neutral site like we've done the last few years with South Padre and Chicago, we're in a position where this was the best opportunity, going to Florida and playing the 3 games down here. So the whole purpose was to use the 4 extra games that we could with a young team and get them going.
Well, we've got a great Bradley turnout down here this far away, and next year we have another tournament, and I'm sure it's just going to be just as exciting because it's in Las Vegas.
Well, it certainly is. And again, first about Florida, we haven't been here in a long time, and to be here twice within a matter of 8 days, it's allowed us to hit two parts of the state, which are very important to us for our fan base and our alumni. And next year we go to Las Vegas. It will give us a quick flight direct flight from Peoria that Ken Golden's working on, and we're in a position too where Darian Norris being now a sophomore, and then we've got Milos coming in as a freshman, so it's a good opportunity from a recruiting standpoint as well.
Ken, can you talk yet about the teams that are going to be in the Las Vegas tournament besides Bradley?
We can to a certain extent. We don't know for sure the two home games that we'll have, but they will be Division I opponents. And then when we go to Vegas, we'll play against either Utah or Oklahoma State in the first game, and Illinois will play the other team, and then winners and losers will play the second day. So we hope, as I'm sure everybody does, that the red and the orange are playing each other like we were a couple years ago in Chicago.
Very, very good. Anything else you'd like to add to what's going on in the Bradley athletic world?
Well, no, again, it's just a tremendous opportunity when we go on the road to do two things. We hope, one, is to spread the Bradley name to those who may not be as familiar, and certainly our Sweet 16 run a couple years ago and Elite 8 in soccer have given us a lot of national publicity, but also to get to different parts of the country where our fans are, and we certainly don't mind the weather like this.
Absolutely. Finally, I think everybody feels good about the roaring Bradley turnout down here, and the fan base is just terrific.
Well, I went to lunch today with the athletic director from the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and he was extremely impressed, as were the people from Florida Gulf Coast. And I think what this has done, it's been a tradition, of decades of people supporting our program. I, after lunch today, went over and saw Ozzy at his home, and it was a pleasure to get a chance to see him. And that's what Bradley's about. It's more than just the outcome of the game, although we certainly want to win. It's creating an environment of enjoyment for people to see the Bradley Braves on the road.
You're exactly right. Thanks, Ken. Don't forget to call Ken Golden if you want to arrange a ride out to Las Vegas next year for the tournament. This is Frank Bissoni at halftime with Ken Cavanaugh. Special friends of Bradley basketball include Zobrist Construction, headquartered in Morton. Great people, great builders, a company with longevity, reputation, and excellence. Big jobs like a state-of-the-art television station to medium-sized and small ones. They do it all with great professionalism. Call Zobrist Construction. You'll be glad you did. Total Income Tax, a Sharp family corporation. If you need your taxes done, accounting work, financial advice for long years of service with superior group of experts, Bill Sharp and the staff at Total Income Tax. Proctor First Care throughout Central Illinois. They'll take care of you and your family. Quality physicians on hand at a moment's notice. Minor emergencies, exams, physicals. Proctor First Care will meet your health care needs. BradleyFans.com. Go to their website for all things Bradley basketball. Fans talking to fans, get updates on BU, local events, learn about the Valley, learn about new recruits. Have fun with Bradley basketball on BradleyBasketballFans.com. And Core Construction, innovative buildings, solutions for Central Illinois to Arizona to Nevada to Texas. Building green, building the best with a team from Core Construction. These are all great supporters of Bradley basketball.
Heritage Bank's newest location is your cell phone. Mobile banking, your bank on the go. Visit go-heritage.com and check it out.
What you choose today determines your tomorrows. Choose well.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
We've got a strong local economy, good inventory of properties, the timing's perfect.
And the rates are good.
58% field goal percentage in the first half by Bradley, and 9 out of 10 at the free throw line. The Braves lead 40-28 at halftime, Dick. Some very interesting numbers.
Well, it's kind of a role reversal here, or reversal of fortunes, I should say. Richmond shooting 45%, and then they shot 61, was it, for an entire game.
That's right.
So you give a little credit to the quickness of Bradley's defense, and I thought we did a good job of helping each other, poking at loose balls, poking at post people that had the ball, and really keeping Kevin Anderson under control.
And Gonzalez. I think he probably had about, 5 shots in the first half or something.
And 2 of them were forced.
Right.
And that's really out of character for him. So I think there's a little bit of a, concern. I don't want to use the word panic to such a well-coached Richmond team, because they're certainly not going to panic. When I watched them against Syracuse, I thought this was one of the best passing teams I'd seen all
They really do
in a
pass
long
well, don't
time.
they? Yeah.
They pass the ball really well. And they're 4 for 8 from 3, so that's a factor, too, for Bradley. And Bradley's 3 for 9 from the three-point line.
Yeah, Doty hit a couple of early ones, and the Braves will have to continue. This, basketball at the college level, 20-minute halves, a long time. What we're saying is Bradley has an impressive first half, but that in the quarter will get you a bus ride downtown if you don't play the second half.
Well, there's another area of concern for Bradley. Sam Maniscalco hit a wet spot on the left-hand side, going to the basket on the left-hand side, and he tweaked his foot. His foot has been injured most of all last week, and he hardly practiced. And it's hard for him to lift on his finishes, and because some of those layup finishes that he's missing, he normally makes. And I think we need to keep I'm watching him right now in the warm-ups, and he's limping noticeably.
Will Egolf and Sam Singh had a pretty good twosome there at the center spot in the first half.
Well, the matchup zone was
okay.
Was something that Jim Les solved.
Okay. Well, we'll talk more about that in just a minute, but we got to take a break before we come back with the second half. Sorry.
Hi, this is Keith from Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo, and welcome to another car clinic. With winter coming upon us here, we wanted to show you a few things that you can watch for yourselves to get you through the winter months. One of the main things that we find is that when the ice and snow comes, you want to always make sure that your wiper blades are free from the glass before you turn them on. If you turn the wiper motor on and these are frozen to glass, it can damage the motor. That's an expensive repair. Another thing you want to watch for is tire condition. Tires without the proper tread on them in the snow won't get you anywhere. Tires typically start off with about 11-30 seconds of tread. You want to always measure it from the center. We can tell you what that measurement is and put it into our multi-point inspection so that you can see it. Another thing is battery condition. A battery won't give you any indication that it's about to go. It just won't start tomorrow morning when you get ready to go to work. What we'll do is check for battery connections here for corrosion. We'll check with our electronic tester to make sure that the condition of the internal battery is good so you can get through the winter months. Another major thing is coolant. Dirty coolant will clog your system internally, take away your heater, take away your defroster. You can't see. That's dangerous. Also, if you don't have the proper coolant protection in here, you can freeze the internal components of the engine, another expensive repair. Those are just some things that we can check for you quickly and easily. It's deer season, so let's go to the body shop. Welcome to our body shop located on the west side of our building right next to our tire warehouse. Whether it's color match paint to baking your new car finish to taking care of major repairs on your car, we can do it all here in our body shop. We take care of all makes and models. Remember, your insurance company cannot dictate where you repair your car. The final decision is yours. I'm Keith. Thanks for being with us today. We look forward to seeing you at Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo.
All right, we're getting ready for the start of the second half, and Bradley brings out Will Egolf to start at center again. The starting lineup, Sam Maniscalco is starting here in the second half. And that's good because he did get that tweak. Here's a...
Well, that's solving the mystery of the vaunted 2-3 matchup zone. And Richmond does a good job with it, but when you're trying to run a 2-3 matchup, it can get a little confusing, not just for the offense, but for the defense as well.
Look at the size here that the starting for Richmond the second half. 6'10", Justin Harper, 6'9", Giddings, 6'10", Connor Smith across the back. So that is super size, and of course, Gonzalez goes 6'5", and Kevin Anderson the point.
There's that post-up I was telling you about. He took Dunson right down to the post.
Well, that was talked about at halftime, that's for sure. He didn't get that one, and Bradley gets to try to strike first in the second half. Roberts, Egolf playing center. Bradley has a 3 turnover first half. 8 by Richmond. Will Egolf. Connor Smith rebounds.
Let's see if they go back to putting Gonzalez in the post against Doty Dunson.
There he goes. This is going to be, they're going to certainly see what happens with that. Here's a bad pass. Will Egoff tried to front. Giddings was behind. They tried to lob over him and threw it away.
Well, I think Coach Mooney from Richmond certainly knows the value of Dodie Dunston to the Bradley Braves, and so he's figuring if I can get him out and get him out of the mix for 16 minutes or so, get him in foul trouble, I'm going to do it. Sometimes that backfires on you. You spend so much time trying to pick up that third foul on someone, you end up doing things you wouldn't normally do.
Maniscalco tries against the 6'10" Connor Smith and gets it back. Bradley keeps possession.
Shot clock's at 6.
4 to shoot. Here's kicking the ball. And Theron Wilson went down hard. Well, there's been a lot of players on the floor in this game.
I believe that was a foul. They called a foul there.
Tripping, I think.
Because there was only about 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Bradley runs a stack and breaks Dunston out, though it go inside and foul on Will Egoff, I think, trying for the rebound. I believe that's his third. It is. And out comes Will Egoff. So he got a foul the first few seconds of the first half and the first minute and a little of the second. Singh is in.
Well, you can't fault him. Will Egoff was aggressive. It just wasn't a smart play. And I think as the more he plays, the more he'll learn. I got to keep myself in the game as well as be aggressive.
Anderson heading to the basket. Another foul on Bradley. Kevin Anderson, he had 21 points as a freshman against St. Bonaventure. And Richmond has the basketball. They got some trees out here. Dunker is in now at 6'11". They go 6'11", 6'10", 6'9" across the back. Long shot. David Gonzalez hit the front of the rim and got a home bounce. Lead is cut to 9. A 3-ball. And they're trying to be a lot more aggressive defensively against
you
Bradley.
knew they were going to come out and put on pressure, and they're just going to get up into your chest and make it difficult for you to.
There's another offensive foul on Bradley, a screen by Singh.
You'd think after 5 years of playing Division I basketball, Sam Singh would know what he can get away with and what he can't. I mean, he gets called for it all the time.
Second foul on Singh. New juice for Richmond. Bradley will have to hold them off and then attack again. Another foul on Bradley, this time on Maniscalco for a hand check. Goodness, what is going on?
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, the guy took 3 dribbles, Sam took 3 slides, and maybe brushed him.
Been a lot of whistles in this game. Harper's outside. Bradley's aware of Connor Smith. Gonzalez is going to get more involved in the offense this half, it appears. Dunker sets a post. Bradley, zone. Gonzalez goes to the high post. Here's Justin Harper. And he got the friendly bounce. 2 out of their last 2.
Well, they're getting the friendly calls and the friendly bounce.
And now it's a 6-point game. Bradley's halftime lead has been cut in 2 early. So Richmond putting pressure on the Braves, and Bradley will now have to respond. Dunston beat his man in the paint, didn't get the basket, and Bradley didn't get the rebound. Here comes Richmond again on the hunt, the Spiders. Ooh, might have walked there. And a ball tipped out of bounds off Dunker, and it's Bradley ball. Will Egoff back for Sam Singh.
So you might as well use, because Will Egoff is so young and he needs experience more than anything, you have to maybe change your rules about when you take a guy out in foul trouble. He just use his fouls. He's got 5, let him play and just use them. And then you got David Collins sitting there with 5 fouls. So there's places you can go.
McCain got all the way to the rim and missed an easy shot. Kevin Anderson answers on the other end, and just like that, it's 40-36, and Richmond's right back in the game. And now Jim Les calls timeout with the 16:03 mark to play here in the second half. Richmond's coming back. We'll be back in just a moment at Alico Arena. Oh, this is a 30, I guess. Sorry, but Dick.
Don't worry, I got plenty for 30 seconds.
I know you do.
It's clear what's happening. Coach Mooney went in there, gave them a fire and brimstone, and they came out and they said, we're not going to sit in the zone. We're not going to play matchup zone and screw up our coverages. We're going to go out and we're going to play classic man-to-man. We're going to get up in their chest, and that's kind of what's happened. And they've responded, and you got to give them credit. And Bradley's got to answer back. You got to fight off their run. Good teams, when two good teams play, every team is going to make a run. There's too many good athletes and too many good basketball players on the Richmond Spider roster for Bradley to think you could come out in the second half and you're going to get the same kind of effort from them that they gave in the first half.
It really is.
So Bradley's got to fight the run.
Sure. Well, we're going to now, I think it was right, it's a break. We'll be right back.
Your family, your most valuable treasure. Since 1921, Pekin Insurance has been there to protect all you've worked hard for and those you care about most. Call your independent Pekin Insurance agent about a customized plan to protect your family. Depend on your hometown professionals.
Call Mid-Illinois Insurance and talk to Ron Murphy, Larry Hardesty, or Mark Alwyn for all your insurance needs.
Pekin Insurance.
We've got a strong local economy, good inventory of properties. The timing's perfect.
And the rates are good.
Good.
Good. Good.
Really good.
Call a realtor today.
Heritage Bank's newest location is your cell phone. Mobile banking. Your bank on the go. Visit go-heritage.com and check it out.
Total Dental.
Here we go. Richmond on 8-0 run to start the second half. It's 15-50. Bradley has not scored in this half, and Richmond's got 8. Here's another turnover. Richmond's got the ball, running it at Bradley. Harper walked.
So on that exchange, Richmond, I talked about the pressure defense they were exerting at the start of the half in man-to-man, but after the timeout, they came back in a 1-3-1 zone and put Bradley back on his heels a little bit, and McCain didn't make the pass across court. He has a little problem with that.
We'll be back now. There's still another timeout, and we'll be back at Alico Arena in just a moment.
When is an heirloom more than an heirloom? When you bring it to Carlson's Custom Jewelry in Peoria Heights. Whether you're repairing a precious heirloom, creating your own, or reinventing the one you've got, Carlson's Jewelry is here with professional jewelers to give your piece that perfect personal touch. Everything is done in-house. Nothing leaves the shop. Carlson's, located at 4701 North Prospect Road in Peoria Heights, corner of Prospect and Duryea. Remember, custom jewelry doesn't cost more, it just means more.
Get the best price and the right advice on quality appliances at Sherman's.
A healthy lifestyle. The difference it makes is unbelievable.
I'm Dr. Keith Kramer. Live life well.
Kramer Chiropractic and Acupuncture. Call now to get started.
Total dental care, from kids to grandparents and the brave to the not so brave. General dentistry for the entire family. Call 347-CARE today.
Get the best price and the right advice on quality living room furniture at Sherman's.
Hi, I'm Brett Grimm from Grimm Heating and Air Conditioning. Right now, indoor air is roughly 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. 50% of your illnesses can be either aggravated or caused by polluted indoor air. We have to come into the house to be able to see what we're dealing with. We put a sensor in on one day and we come back 3 days later. This sensor will take readings of all the different things that are going in your home. There's no charge for the service. All it takes is a phone call. Call us today. We'd love to come out and have the opportunity to help you make your home as healthy as possible.
All right, we're back in action. Second half. Braves need to score right now. And here's Wilson taking the ball to the basket and getting fouled. This will be Bradley's first opportunity to put points on the board here in the second half after ringing up 40 in the first.
Yeah, we had a dry spell of almost 5 minutes. We really didn't even get a good look in 5 minutes.
That's really true. Now that's a foul.
Yeah, that's a big-time foul, and mainly with the body. The guy did get up and get a piece of the ball.
That's Harper's third foul, and the free throw is short. And Bradley's still looking for the first half, the second half points. They haven't Not one yet, but maybe right here the Braves will break through. Theron knocked it down. Braves by 5. Dodie Dunston crouching almost to the floor, ready for Anderson. Dunker at the high. Slipped through 3 men, knocked it in.
You got to give him credit. Kevin Anderson made a great move there. He squeezed his way through and reached up and put some reverse English on the ball. We're having a lot of problems with this cross-court pass.
A steal by the Spiders, but then the player that stole the ball, Ryan Butler, stepped out of bounds. Butler, so far this season, field goal 4 for 4, free throws 3 for 3. So the next time he misses a shot, it'll be his first one of the season. Sam Maniscalco with the ball. Bradley needs a hoop. Dunston fakes his man away. Chris Roberts, yes!
We need some contributions, or Bradley needs some contributions from Chris Roberts. He's a big-time talent, and he's been very quiet.
Chris Roberts has done some athletic and acrobatic things, but Chris is capable of even more things than that.
Well, defensively here, he comes across the lane. He's behind his man. He has both hands in the small of his back, and the official's 1 foot away. He's going to call that every single time.
Bradley zoned that out of bounds. Butler. Dunker wants that ball inside. Anderson. Their offense goes through him. Butler tries outside. He doesn't get it. Connor Smith was a little on Roberts' back, but Chris got the basketball. And Bradley tries to put another one in for 2 in a row. Wilson, quick first step, got him the foul.
Now that's the edge that Theron Wilson has. He's a wonderful athlete. He's a pretty good outside shooter, but his strength of his game is right here, slash into the basket, using that athletic ability to finish or get fouled.
And one good reason that for Bradley, that when he gets fouled, at least tonight, he's 7 of 8 from the free throw line. 7 of 8. Will Egoff. He makes a move, lost the ball on the floor, and you think Will Egoff got yet another foul. Tried to do a little too much there.
There wasn't anything there, and those are the things that he's going to have to understand when he gets in, gets minutes. When he gets minutes, he needs to work his minutes, and that means do all the little things. Play good defense, block some shots, rebound, take the wide open easy shots. You're a freshman. Let yourself grow. Work the minutes that you have, and that's something that he needs to learn how to do.
Sometimes it's hard for players to let the game come to them.
Well, you know, it's not, okay, I'm in the lineup now, I'm a superstar offensive player. Kevin Anderson
Isn't he something? He slashed into the lane and knocked that one in, and it's a 4-point game. Bradley 44-40. 13:35 to play here in the second half. Hotly contested. Sam Maniscalco, yes! Sammy from way out there, and he limped back down the court.
Richmond was back in that matchup defense. Kevin Anderson's just going anywhere he wants on the floor.
There's Connor Smith again. That's his 4th 3 of the game. And now the score is a 4-point difference in favor of the Braves. Bradley and Richmond swapping threes. Sam
Matchup
working
zone.
against.
It's a matchup zone.
Dodie Dunston.
See how they just check off?
Stop and pop. A push off by Dunker, I think. One of the Bradley players went flying. It was on Butler, his first foul.
Yeah, you can see it on the replay. He took his right hand, just shoved. I think it was Theron Wilson.
It was. Here's again Maniscalco with the ball out of bounds. Bradley breaks out of a stack, and they send it way outside. Theron's going to, they can call Theron for a walk. Looks like the ball fake, and then...
Well, we play a whole first half with 3 turnovers, and now we get in the second half. We're starting to turn the ball over. We're up to 11 now. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. We're only up to 5, but they were unforced. They were unforced.
Jim Luss talking to his team from the sideline. Sam Singh is in the game. Will Egolf has 4 fouls. Maniscalco right now is guarding a guy 6'9". That's Connor Smith, but he's the 3-ball shooter, so there's Sam out on him. It's going to be in your jersey defense. Here's a pass that goes through the fingers. Look at the speed of Dodie Dunson. He got called for stepping out of bounds, and he was breaking away. Dodie has
that's called not catching a break.
That's right.
He made a great play. Dodie Dunson made a great play, great steal. You know, it was like a halfback going down the sideline.
Yeah,
touched the chalk. Touched the chalk.
Anticipation. Dodie is quick. There's another quick kid, Kevin Anderson. Look at that dribble. Sam comes out. This is Dunker, fade, tough shot, didn't get it. Maniscalco comes back. Bradley by 4, heading toward 12-15 second half. Theron Wilson whips the ball to Sam Singh. He turns and wheels a shot off the iron, and Bradley fortunately gets the rebound long. Under 12 minutes. Bradley has 7 points this half, but enough for a 4-point lead. Maniscalco with the left hand, crossed under the basket, used it for help, and knocked it down.
Well, that was a beautiful, beautiful drive and finish by Sam Maniscalco. Trying to solve that matchup zone.
Wow. Well, Sam's having a good birthday. Tricky dribble. There's a weave. Kevin Anderson wants to score. Bradley got their hand on the ball. It bounced right back to him. All net. Kevin Anderson.
So what you want to do against the matchup is you want to try to take your driving opportunities when they're switching. You see, now they're plugging up the lane, so you have to penetrate and dish. So it's a combination of those two things.
The foul against Richmond, but there is a timeout on the court. 11:07 to play. Bradley by 4.
State Bank of Spear offers a number of services at no cost that add significant value to us. Most of these things are things that State Bank of Spear offered that we weren't able to find in other places, such as free business checking, discount on business checks, and a free courier service. We estimate saves us several $1,000s in a year's time.
Check out Peoria Banking Center's completely free checking accounts. The Peoria Banking Center in the Candletree Center on North University, Peoria.
Thinking Camry or Accord? At Green Chevrolet Hummer, we challenge you to think again.
The all-new Chevy Malibu beats the imports with better fuel economy, longer warranty, and a much lower price.
At Green, you can compare the Malibu and the imports side by side.
We're so sure you're going to buy a new Malibu that we have 70 different models inbound and on the ground.
Right now, you can get an all-new Chevy Malibu, supplier price, for thousands less than a new Camry.
Take our Malibu challenge today at Green Chevrolet Hummer. Online now at ChevyStore.com.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman, and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit mymethodist.finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
We're at Alico Arena in Fort Myers, Florida, and there's some Bradley fans. This facility is much like the one Bradley is going to build on the campus for women's basketball and volleyball. It'll have red seats instead of blue, but it'll look a lot like this, even size-wise. So this is a nice place, and Bradley's got a 4-point lead, and Dick, it's going to be a game that probably goes right down to the wire. Bradley loses the ball in the inbounds.
Yeah, there's no question. It's going to be a nail-biter, so just hang on to your seats and let's get going. Let's turn it on.
Amen. Hovde is 21 going through the lane. Jerron Giddings hasn't played a lot tonight, but he just launched one and didn't get it. I think Bradley would give him that shot as Taylor Brown, Bradley's freshman from Georgia, got the rebound.
Yeah, matchup zone.
And Norris is in against that zone. Norris hit 3 threes last night. Maybe he can cash 1 or 2 in tonight. Here he comes.
Sometimes you can just run your man offense against the zone, and that's what Bradley's doing now. They're running their man offense, and he found a little weakness, a little open spot in the zone. That's a good way to attack it.
It is. That's exactly the point. And
interesting, sorry to interrupt you, but interesting that it came after a timeout. So you know Coach Les was giving some advice inside.
And Sam Singh sealed Giddings and put it in with the left hand, and now Singh's been called for a foul. And Bradley centers have been called for a load of fouls. That's 3 on Singh, 4 on Egolf. Fouls in this half for Richmond 5, for Bradley 7.
Bradley's two fouls away from being on the bonus. Richmond's on the bonus right now.
Giddings knocks it in. He shoots him at 81%. And at 10:06, he has a chance to add another. Singh and Brown on the inside positions in case he misses. He doesn't. Brown needs
full court
help.
pressure.
I heard Sammy yell to Taylor Brown right back. And Sam's got the ball. Dunson. Bradley runs their offense. Richmond down 4. Bradley with the ball. Norris, 3. Yes, sir!
Oh, that's the kind of contribution you need from a freshman. Come off the bench, do something positive.
That was a gutty shot. And he had a lot of confidence last night, and we just mentioned a moment ago he might get one down or two, and here's a jump stop by Gonzalez. He tips, he doesn't get it. Dodie Dunson grabs the rebound, and Bradley could use another score. Taylor Brown is fouled.
Oh, that was a difficult shot by the freshman. I think he got a little excited down there, but he picked up the foul. Give him some credit. At least he didn't, lean in and charge. And he's done something positive. That's what I always say about young players, new junior college players or freshmen. Come in and do something positive. Get a rebound, get a basket, make a 3, take a charge, get some free throws.
Taylor Brown, one of many Bradley freshmen that play a lot of minutes. I'll say one thing, the Bradley freshmen aren't bashful.
No, they're not shy. They're a very confident group. They really are. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see where this team is in game 15. I think you're really going to like this team.
You bet. Well, welcome to all our fans in Illinois and the Midwest, and welcome to our Richmond viewers on Comcast Channel 19. The Spider basketball team has some great home games coming up against Wake Forest and VCU, so I hope you'll support your Spiders out there in Richmond. Frank Bissoni and Dick Versace in Fort Myers, Florida. Bradley built their lead back to 9 with 9 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Martell for 3. No. Rebound, Bradley. Dunston, lob out to Darren Norris, and he missed it. Taylor Brown got the rebound and fouled. Good hustle by Taylor Brown.
I shouldn't be laughing, but Darren Norris got very excited there.
He did.
He got so excited. He had that breakaway, and he was going to put up this left-handed finish, and he just got. But boy, he gave great effort. There he is trying to get that finish in. He didn't have much chance of getting it in, but the other freshman, Taylor Brown, right there.
Right there.
Taylor Brown on the spot.
He is that. The stroke rolls around in a friendly bounce. Darian Norris from Las Vegas and Milos Kanicevic, one of Bradley's incoming recruits next season, will get to play at home in a tournament in Vegas. So it's a nice...
You're not looking forward to going to Vegas, are you?
No.
Nothing to do there.
No. It would be just a wonderful break for fans of Illinois and Bradley basketball if the two teams could play out there, and we'd have an opportunity to televise it. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, I remember when Lou Henson was the coach of Illinois, and I was the coach of Bradley, and I kept calling him. I said, let's play. It's a natural. He'd say, you're too good a recruiter. I'm not playing you. And I respected that he said that.
Of course. Bradley's lead is now built back to 11, and boy, the Braves with a young team, that lead melted down to 4, and Bradley has turned around, steeled their spine, and built it back. Now Gonzalez with a silky jump shot. David Gonzalez. 8:30 to play.
You pretty much have to try to deny him the ball. You can't let him get the ball and get comfortable. He's got a total game. He can penetrate and stop and pop.
Really
can take it all the way. He's got deep range on his three. David Gonzalez is a dangerous player.
And speaking of good, like he is, Bradley has just improved dramatically. Taylor Brown, no conscience. Right there, it's a bullseye. Wow.
Yeah, it was a nice penetration by Sam Maniscalco to set that up. You don't want to give layups.
Kevin Anderson flying through the air. It's a 10-point game for Bradley. Still a lot of time at 7:51. Maniscalco. Taylor Brown's come in and given Bradley a lift. Darian Norris a lift. Dodie Dunson came out of the block. Sam's had a good game. The centers have played well, and Bradley is leading by 10 as there's timeout on the court. We'll be back at Alico Arena in this exciting game in just a moment. Stay with us.
Sports, it's all about teamwork. And as part of a team, we feel it necessary to recognize business teammates who have made our achievements possible. To our loyal customers at Teamworks, we thank you for your continued support and welcome you again soon. We're gearing up for back to school with an expanded showroom, great new spirit wear to support your team, and as your authorized Mizuno team dealer, we have the latest equipment to give your team that competitive edge. Teamworks, we're as passionate and proud of our team as you are of yours.
Embassy Suites Hotel and Conference Center in East Peoria. Online now at embassysuiteseastpeoria.com.
Tired of going on the hour adventure to find just one item at the big do-it-yourself store? Well, there's a better way, and it starts with a visit to Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria. Builders Cash and Carry will quickly get you the right item you need the first time and get you right back to your project. Builders Cash and Carry is here to help the do-it-yourselfer as well as the contractor with quality building materials like lumber, deck building supplies, and hardware. Get your job done right with help from Builders Cash and Carry in East Peoria, just next to the Cedar Street Bridge.
All right, we got a little replay on Sam Singh with the left hand. And the big man knocks it down. He's gotten a few nice hoops right around the basket tonight. Dick Versace, is there anything in the flash stats that stick out for you?
Yeah, both teams are really shooting good percentages. Richmond shooting 51% and Bradley shooting 51, Richmond 52.
We're a long ways away from the stat people, and we're up on top here, and it takes quite a while for them to do the climb to get up here. Touch pass back to Martell. Now to Gonzalez is outside.
Yeah, you got to find Gonzalez. You got to know where he is.
Here's Connor Smith. Rattled it. Taylor Brown, quick jumping freshman forward. Clock moves towards 7 minutes. This is Chris Roberts. Newcomers galore. Maniscalco. 13 to shoot. Norris with the ball. A 6'10" guy on him. Sam Singh tries to make a move, gets it to Chris Roberts. He slides to the basket. Kick out Norris. 3-ball. Lip out. Rebound Roberts, and he is fouled. Nicely done by the Braves.
Very good effort keeping the ball alive. Sam Singh, I got to give Sam some credit. He went inside. Instead of trying to take on 2 or 3 defenders, he got the ball back to the perimeter. They had good ball movement. Got a 3 that almost went down, and then scrapping to keep the ball alive.
And he's Sam Singh, as we're talking about, is 3 for 3 in this game, getting some hoops around the goal, and helped Bradley a good deal. Here's Chris Roberts. Kind of an otherworldly athletic kid.
It's one thing to have that athleticism. It's another to have it translate into being an outstanding Division I player. And Jim Les saw something in Chris Roberts, saw something special, And we're not going to see it all early, but eventually you're going to see it, and it's a pretty special package.
String music gives the Braves a 12-point lead. Bradley playing hard on defense, and Kevin Anderson got fouled. He is so quick.
He's hard to stay in front of him. Of course, Sam Maniscalco's dragging a leg right now. That foot, he hurt the foot. He's playing through it. My guess will be that he's going to have a huge ankle tonight, or they're going to put it on ice, but it's going to be huge. He's a tough kid, and he's playing through it.
Well, once again, the difference between being hurt and injured, and so many kids are hurt and play. And Sam, you'd have to drag Sam off the court, you know.
Well, when he's hurt,
yeah,
and he'll tell you he wants to practice,
yeah,
and the coaching staff and the trainers, they have to say, hey, look, you know, you're not practicing. And that's something that really bothers him. He loves to practice, loves to play.
Willie Golf just came back in for Bradley. Will's got 4 fouls. Sam Singh takes a much-deserved rest. Here's Coach Les talking to his co-captain.
Yeah, it reminds me of me talking to him.
Oh, do I remember those days?
Yeah, he was very special. I mean, very special.
Naismith National Player of the Year. That's for players 6 feet and under. And that was 1986, if my memory's right.
I took him to Springfield, Massachusetts, when he got that award, and I was very proud of him and pleased to be a part of it.
Not only that, he played so brilliantly for you, Valley Player of the Year. But here's a guy, 5'11" or thereabouts, had an 8-year NBA career. And when you first saw him, you couldn't get him to shoot with a gun to his head.
I don't think he wants to hear the tape and hear that story anymore. I think he's tired of that story.
All right.
But that's true.
Kevin Anderson knocks in the free throw. What a good player he is. And Bradley's lead is 11.
Get it in the hands of your ball handler.
Chris Roberts, a lot of dribbling, but finally got fouled. Bradley will need to make free throws down the stretch, as well as do a lot of other things. Richmond is not going away, but the Braves, there is no timeout here, but Jim calls his kids around him.
Yeah, that's the foul. I don't know why you would foul there. I mean, I'm sure Chris Mooney's not real happy with that. I mean, there's going to be a point in this game when you're going to see a lot of fouls to try to make up the differential, if there is a differential, but not now.
Foul was on Harper. If that's right, that's his 5th. You know, Justin Harper, the 6'10",
yeah,
he was cut from his middle school basketball team.
That happens to big kids.
Sure. Well, but Michael Jordan or something along the way, there was somewhere that he didn't make a team. Which,
I don't think we're going to have the same outcome on that deal.
Oh, no. Well, there's only one of that guy.
I think Justin Harper's going to be a fine player, though.
I do too. Clock moves towards 6 minutes. Frank Bissoni, Dick Versace, Alico Arena, Bradley Richmond. Nice left-handed shot that did not go down by Gonzalez. And Bradley now has the basketball and a 13-point lead.
They threw Gonzalez down in the post again, but he's not all that comfortable there.
Here is a blocking foul as Will Egolf was ready to dunk one, but Bradley got the call that time on a charge block. And
that's what I was talking about before, Frank, on the solving of the 2-3 matchup zone. There's going to be little spaces that you have to try to get through. And that time you saw was that who drove, Sam?
Yes. And Will was all set.
No,
it was Darian.
Yeah, Darian drove.
Yes.
And freshman picking that up, that's pretty special.
Well, he's got a nice little touch.
But sometimes it's just like natural. You know, you play, there's a place where you can slice through, you know, you can slash through, you just naturally do it. I think that's what Darian Norris did.
Bradley's coaching staff working over there. Eric Bisher, Steve Murfeld, Alvin Brooks, Kyle Vogt, along with the head coach, Jim Lest.
I really like seeing Darian Norris on the floor because you know how prejudiced I am towards shooters.
Yes.
And he is a fine shooter.
Yeah, I got to see that in practice in this summer, and you could see Darian knocking shots down. Oh, what a steal by Theron Wilson. Here he comes, thunder!
That'll get the crowd involved.
The Bradley fans are on their feet.
He just joined a fraternity, Phi Gamma Slamma.
Sam Maniscalco and Will Egolf both hit the deck trying to steal a ball. Will's got 4 fouls, but he's playing like he's got none. You like to see the aggressiveness.
Yeah, and that's how I like what Jim's doing. He's just saying, hey, look, you got five fouls, just go ahead and play. You want to see the entrance? You just pass Rush, and he tried to join Phi Gamma Slamma.
Nothing finer than traveling Lakeshore Drive. He jumped over Lakeshore Drive. Gonzalez answers a free throw. Bradley's got 69, which is 8 more than they've averaged so far this season with 5:12 to go. Bradley has really played well tonight.
Yeah, I would look for Bradley to maybe include in what they're doing offensively, trying to get to the basket by slashing or throwing the ball inside, because they're now on the double bonus, so they have 5 full minutes of double bonus.
That's right. Sam's doubled, and he clears space and gets it away. Under 5 minutes to go. Bradley by 15. Richmond's good enough to make another hot run. Don't you believe otherwise. Dodie Dunson swings into the lane. Bradley with the weave. Ball poked away from Wilson and goes Richmond's way.
Well, we used 30 seconds of the 35-second clock. That's the only good thing that came out of that exchange.
You're going to have your turnover. Please have it in the last 3 seconds of the clock. Bradley guarding man-man. Mark, look at Gonzalez, 360, and
you know when he makes his move to the basket, he's not really looking to drop the ball off. So you really have to send somebody in there to try to swipe it away, swat at it. He's too good when he gets around the basket.
Bradley's going to have to, isn't he?
Silky smooth player.
Bradley's going to have to keep scoring. Egolf threw it up, partially blocked, picked up by Dunker. They're going to go to Gonzalez a lot now, and it's Kevin Anderson. Here's a steal by the Braves, but a whistle on Bradley. Theron Wilson picked up the personal. He's not in any foul trouble with 2, but again, when they score, when Richmond scores with the clock stopped, that's bad for Bradley.
Yeah. Keep a watchful eye on Will Egolf. That time he had a hard time getting back in transition. He looks like he's tired. This is more minutes than he's played, under the lights in his career.
And he expended a lot of energy last night, of course, starting his first game ever.
Yeah, he's sucking a little wind right now. That needs to be watched. And Bradley has to handle this down-court pressure. One of the things you want to do when a team presses you is you want to punish them for pressing.
Attack the press.
You just punish the press. And I believe that. I know Jim believes it. So that if they want to bring all their defenders down court, make them pay the price. Punish the press.
Punish the press in a moment. We'll be back with the Bradley lead at 69-57.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman, and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit mymethodist.finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
You're gonna love the things we do. We're gonna make you smile. We've got a style that's right for you. Leeway ceramic tile, a kitchen floor, the bathroom wall. No room is too big or small. So if you want the best in ceramic tile, the only way is Leeway.
What's the most efficient way to heat and cool my home while saving money in the process? If you have asked yourself this time and time again, then it's time to call Grimm Heating and Air Conditioning to finally get some answers. The skilled and knowledgeable associates at Grimm's can explain hybrid systems and how you can choose gas, electric, or utilize both, whichever is more efficient with the rates of today. They can also demonstrate the most efficient way to create hot water with the Rinnai Instantaneous Hot Water Heater. Higher efficiency equals lower utility bills when you call Grimm Heating and Air Conditioning.
Darren Wilson says, I want to join a fraternity. Mom, can I join? What's the name of it? Phi Slamma Jamma.
Yes, indeed. Hakeem. Clyde Drexler comes back.
That's so old. That's so old. It's new.
That's right. Oh dear. Well, I would like to take a moment to just simply mention the fact that with 3:58 to go in the game, it's not decided yet. But the Bradley Braves have really grown as a basketball team here in Florida.
They're playing a very good Richmond team. I expect Richmond to do very, very well in the Atlantic 10.
They will.
And I was so impressed with how they played at Syracuse.
And Bradley has a marvelous player who hasn't played yet this season, Andrew Warren, one of their leading scorers in the Missouri Valley Conference, and Dan Garreau won't play all year for Richmond. So these two teams could even be better than you're seeing tonight, and they will be as the season goes on.
Okay, it's going to be the Kevin Anderson and David Gonzalez show from this point on.
Bradley 71-57. Here's a near steal by Egolf. Look at him go after that ball. Now they get it back, and here comes Richmond, and he's walking. Richmond's Francis Cedric Martell took a couple of extra steps on his way to the glass.
Yeah, I got a little excited, and it was a good break for Bradley. Now turn around and get the ball to a ball handler. Look down to the other end.
Run some clock here.
Now use some clock.
28. 3:30 left. I'll try to watch the shot clock for you. Under 20. Bradley wants to run it down. It's 15. This is Theron Wilson against Dunker. 10 to shoot. Sam fakes, goes, kicks it back to Roberts for a pop. Yes!
Very unselfish play by Sam Maniscalco. He had a look himself. Chris Roberts had a better look.
And buried it. Now 3 minutes. Finger roll by Gonzalez. Rebound Martell. Blocked by Egolf. Will continues to emerge. Here comes Sam on the trot. Got it! Whoa!
What a sweet finish.
Steve Nash, hello. I hate to use this pun, but it's frosting on that birthday cake.
Well, stranger things have happened, so let's.
I
know if I'm standing on the sidelines, I'm saying it ain't over, and I'm saying that every minute of every game, every second of every game.
Oh, as many games.
Every 0.9 seconds of every game.
As many games as you've coached and I've seen, we know better than that.
Yeah, that was a terrific block by Will Egolf.
It really was. It really was. Look at Kevin Anderson. He jitterbugs his way inside. Dunker is fouled. If that is on Egolf, he's gone.
I think it was on Maniscalco.
Chris Roberts picked up the foul, his third.
I didn't even know he was in the play.
Both teams now are in the bonus as Jim Les looks at Dunker, and he puts it down. Josh Dunker, 6'11", 220, Sydney, Australia, redshirt freshman. They think that he's got a very bright future.
I think Andrew Bogut might sort of challenge him a little bit about being the best Australian starting center for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, I know.
From Australia.
From Australia, yeah. Free throw is down and good. 75, 59, 2:41 left to play. Richmond trying to go 3-0 in this classic, and Bradley trying to go 2-1. If Bradley wins, both teams will finish at the 2-1 mark at the top.
I don't like
down
this.
Here. There's a trap, and Bradley kicks it up ahead to Dunson. Now back to Dunson from Wilson. He didn't get it, but he got his own rebound, steps up, puts it in, and fouled. That's some determination by 6'3" Dodie Dunson from Bloomington, Illinois, a junior.
I get a little nervous when I see Chris Roberts in the backcourt. Trying to maneuver his way around a trap with the dribble.
Indeed.
But he did look down court through a nice long diagonal pass, which ended up with Dodie Dunson on a free throw.
Free throw is good by Dunson. Dodie shooting him at 81% coming in tonight.
You know, interestingly enough, when you think of the UMKC game, how poorly we played, how bad we looked, and how mad we wanted to, you naturally would be. Jim Les chose to go in and be positive with his young team.
That really says a lot. Look at Kevin. Kevin Anderson just threaded that one. 76-59. If we could only get fast enough stats, I'd be able to tell you up to the minute with Anderson. But we'll be back right here with the final 2:16. Stay with us.
Total dental care from kids to grandparents and the brave to the not so brave. General dentistry for the entire family. Call 347-CARE today.
How can I find a doctor who's perfect for me? Like one with extended hours, who specializes in cardiology, or is a woman, and is near my home or work.
Methodist Medical Group has 85 great doctors for you to choose from. So with one call, you'll find a doctor who's a perfect match for you. Methodist Medical Group. Call 877-64-MY-DOC or visit My Methodist Doc Finder at methodistmedicalgroup.org.
2 minutes and 16 seconds is what is between Bradley and a very impressive victory. But there's still 2:12 now left to go, and Bradley's got to take care of the ball, make some free throws, and hold it together. Dodie Dunson got trapped and called a timeout instead of giving up the ball or
Richmond's
getting
doing a
trapped.
good job of denying Sam Maniscalco the ball. Normally, you have your design press breaker, which Coach Les does, and all good coaches do. But you also give the best ball handler the freedom to water bug his way through traffic if he chooses to do that. I always used to give Jimmy or Willie Scott the freedom to water bug because they were so good with the ball. Sam's dragging a leg a little bit, and they're denying him the ball. And so now you're looking at other people who are not used to being in that position trying to maneuver their way around traps. So Dodie Dunson made a smart move by using that timeout.
You know, when you had the Willie Scotts and the Jim Les and the Sam Maniscalcos with the ball late, and the other thing that happens is somebody's going to get fouled, and you happen to have guys that can knock them down and had the courage in the clutch to square them up and get them. 2 minutes left.
Too much
right
dribbling.
now.
Too much dribbling.
The ball needs to be passed now with crispness. Open people. Here's a double. Now Sam's got it way out, almost a half court. 8 to shoot for Bradley. 6. Here comes Dunson all the way down the lane. Sam with 2, fires. Rebound tip up, no good by Bradley. 1:36 left. Here's Richmond. Gonzalez, Anderson. There's Gonzalez with the ball. He's going to shoot. He goes in, point blank, didn't get it. Rebound the Braves. Here's a triple team and a foul against Richmond. Bradley got the ball. That was Dunson again. And as you mentioned, Dick, Dodie Dunson brings a lot to the table. Not the greatest shooter in the building, but a good one. Not the greatest, but he does a lot of things.
The thing about him is he's pretty good at everything.
Yeah.
And very good at some things. That's a pretty nice combination.
Isn't it, though? And he's one of the more delightful people you could ever talk to. I mean, he's full of life and juice, and he's a leader on this team. You could see it in practice.
Make him co-captain in his first year with Sam
Maniscalco, who is a sophomore.
Yeah,
that tells you.
I mean, you come from a junior college, and your teammates, just based on some open gym summer play, decide you should be the captain or co-captain of the team.
Quite an honor.
That's a heck of a compliment.
Dodie missed the 2 free throws. 1:20 to go. 15-point Bradley lead.
Bradley's in a 1-3-1 zone. Good idea.
Looking for one of their shooters. Here he is. Kevin Anderson got free in the lane, rattled it. McCain picked the rebound off somehow downstairs, and a foul. It looks like it's going against Richmond, and it's on Hovde, I believe.
No, we're shooting. I mean, they're shooting,
oh, okay.
So we fouled.
I'm sorry, okay.
And I
thought he pointed the other way. You're right.
I thought it was McCain.
Yeah, the foul now, they say, is on Dunson, and that's his 4th. And the free throw by Dunker.
We were all over that one.
We tried everything till we got one right.
Yeah, we're looking at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're doing. Like all of you are doing.
Dunker made that one. Now it's a 14-point Bradley lead with 64 seconds to protect it. Will Egoff got stripped.
So you've got to get the ball to your ball handler.
And a foul on Bradley, and that's exactly what Bradley doesn't want, is Richmond can score with the clock stopped.
Plus they got 2 timeouts left, and they're going to use both of them. You know that.
Is this a place where you try to put all ball handlers in, or is there the problem with either rebounding or defense on the bigger guy? Because Dunker's in the game.
Well, Sam is out of the game, and he's the best ball handler, so he's out of the game because of his foot.
Here's a guy right now shooting, Duncan McLean, number 10, played for Rick Malnati. He's out of Wilmette, Illinois. Rick, of course, a former Bradley basketball player and coach at New Trier.
Make him make a shot. He traveled.
There's a big break, and Richmond gives it up on a travel. 13-point difference, under a minute left. But Bradley still has some protecting and probably some free throw making to do.
You've got your best ball handlers in there. You've got Dunstan in there. You've got, with the exception of Sam, you've got Edwin McCain in there.
Yes, and the fact that their freshmen just will add to their growth if they can successfully do this. Trap. He needs help. He got it away. Theron had it knocked out of his hand. This will be Bradley's ball.
Clock is your friend now. Clock is your friend. That's what you want to think about. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Use them all if you have to. But someone should break 3 inside because they need the pressure in double team. There's the double team.
Here's McCain with the ball. Now this is Wilson. 28 seconds, 10 to shoot. Bradley in the lead by 13.
Good choice.
6 to shoot for Roberts. Yes! Chris Roberts, a dagger.
Every basket he makes, his confidence grows.
Dunker tries to answer. Pretty.
Look deep.
12-point Bradley lead. 12 seconds. Bradley has Will Egoff! Exclamation point for the sophomore from Alaska.
Well, he wanted to join the fraternity too.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. A guy from Juneau, Alaska comes to Florida to get hot.
Well, we've witnessed what's happened to Will Egoff since Jim Les inserted him into the lineup after lackluster performances against UMKC by his center contingent. He just said, I'm just going to throw this kid in there and let him grow, make his mistakes. There's the game.
It's all over, ladies and gentlemen, and the Bradley Braves have beaten a very good Richmond basketball team, and not by a couple. It was 80-66. Wow, Dick, that was some game.
Well, the thing I liked the best, of course, I liked the first half because Bradley had not been playing well in the first half. As I explained earlier, that they had were minus 37 against all opponents in first halves. And this was an outstanding first half. They got out of the blocks really well.
Yeah, they were plus 12 at 40-28.
But you knew Richmond was going to close it down because all good teams make runs at other teams. And then the test of fighting off the run was a test that Bradley needed in this young season. They needed to pass that test, and they did. And they did it with flying colors.
Did they ever? And once again, you know, it's okay to be repetitive when it's important. And it is important to say, I know there were Bradley fans here and watching the first game where Bradley just didn't play well. And they're saying, oh, my, we're going to lose 3 games down here. And I heard of it, and you heard it. And yet Bradley got better the next night. As you pointed out repeatedly, Jim stayed positive, stayed with it. Bradley got by the home team last night, Gulf Coast, and then tonight took on an 8-10 team that's an Atlantic 10 conference team that's very good and played superbly well.
Yeah, that's a wonderful synopsis, Frank. And you want to add to that synopsis the growth of these young kids. And you're talking about Edwin McCain, you're talking about Darian Norris, you're talking about Taylor Brown, and of course Will Egoff. So, and I think Jim Les, seeing the results of having some confidence or showing these young kids some confidence, or that he has confidence in them, they responded. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw sticks in there.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
He threw him in the other day, and impossible as it might seem, he got an offensive foul by setting a block, and he doesn't have much body to do it with. But he's athletic, he's left-handed, he's long, he can block shots. I look for him to get some opportunities in the very near future.
Amen. Thanks to the people in Richmond who watched and here, and we're going to come back with some more right after this.
Whether you've got the next Bradley basketball star in training or you're just having fun with the kids, count on the durability of a Goal Setter basketball system exclusively at Rainbow Play Systems. Goal Setter basketball systems have the proven performance and engineering to provide years of fun. The Goal Setter's patented compression jack system and offset pole design make this unit superior to other basketball goals. Visit Rainbow Play Systems today to try the Goal Setter basketball system for yourself and get a free pole pad with your purchase. Goal Setter basketball systems, the best in basketball.
When we went to the State Bank of Spear, they were really able to customize their approach. We felt that working with State Bank of Spear was just good business because we were able to bank with basically no fees and then earn money that we had on deposit. State Bank of Spear offered a number of services that we weren't able to find anywhere else.
Check out Peoria Banking Center's completely free checking accounts. The Peoria Banking Center in the Candletree Center on North University, Peoria.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo. World-class value. World-class service.
Employee pricing plus on all 08 and 09 Lincoln Mercury during our year-end event, like this 08 Lincoln MKX, $33,566. This 08 Mercury Mariner at $25,481, and this 08 Mercury Mountaineer at $29,793.
Velde Lincoln Mercury Volvo. Pioneer Parkway, Peoria. We deliver world-class value. World-class service.
Back at Alico Arena, Bradley has beaten Richmond 80-66 to move to 3-2 on the season and 2-1 in this tournament. And it's a happy Bradley locker room right now. A good win.
Well, let's just take a look. Here's Sam Singh. He found himself open in the middle of the 2-3 matchup zone that Richmond plays so well, but there's sometimes breakdowns. Oh, great penetration there and a nice finish. Chris Roberts, the junior college transfer, starting to really come of age. And there's Edrin McCain, who voted for Obama, by the way. No, I had to say that. I had to say that. And then, of course, wonderful take the hit and finish. Steve Nash, a la Steve Nash.
Yes.
Only our Steve Nash is Sam Maniscalco.
That's right.
Inside again to Sam Singh, who had a nice contribution.
He did.
With his offensive output tonight. A couple of baskets. Everything helps. And that's the Phi Gamma Slamma fraternity, just recently joined by Alaska's Sarah Palin. No, I mean Alaska's Will Egoff.
Oh, okay. Well, that is just great. That will wrap it up from here in Alico Arena in Florida. We've had three wonderful nights here in terms of the whole outcome of this tournament. Bradley did it the way they needed to, playing the best in the last night against the best team. We'll have a few more words right after this.
Thinking Camry or Accord? At Green Chevrolet Hummer, we challenge you to think again.
The all-new Chevy Malibu beats the imports with better fuel economy, longer warranty, and a much lower price.
At Green, you can compare the Malibu and the imports side by side.
We're so sure you're going to buy a new Malibu that we have 70 different models inbound and on the ground.
Right now, you can get an all-new Chevy Malibu, supplier price, for thousands less than a new Camry.
Take our Malibu challenge today at Green Chevrolet Hummer. Online now at ChevyStore.com.
Arch Madness. It's not just great basketball, it's 4 action-packed days, 9 exciting matchups, 10 Valley teams, 100 players, thousands of wild fans, and an amazing array of attractions, activities, and restaurants in St. Louis. It's the 2009 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, March 5th through 8th at Scott Trade Center. Arch Madness. It's the one weekend no basketball fan can miss. Get your tickets now.
Products don't know how to find customers, but Comcast Spotlight does. With a mix of on-air, online, and on-demand advertising, you can reach your customers wherever they are.
Frank Bissoni and Dick Versace after Bradley's victory. Coach, final thought.
Well, even though I got D's in algebra in college, I got a little equation for you here.
All right.
And that is that if you start mixing your defenses, as Jim Les is doing this year, and playing better help side defense, which I think is quite noticeable, and then add the element of shot blocking, which Will Egoff gives you, that equals fewer layups. And if you think of this team,
good point.
You saw far fewer layups than Bradley teams in the past.
Yes.
And I think that's a very good sign. And if he can build on that concept, it can be a cornerstone of what they can accomplish this year.
It's an exciting evening for Bradley fans, and we're going to call it a tournament from Alico Arena. So for our producer, Frank Blaine, for Dick Versace, this is Frank Bissoni, wishing you all a very pleasant good evening from Alico Arena, where Bradley beat Richmond 80-66. And we will join you next, December the 10th, against Butler. Danny Adams joins Dick Versace and me for that telecast on Comcast. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.